Hey guys, I'm Sanaya,
And I'm Brianna.
and welcome back to yet another episode of Planet 13, a safe and judgment-free planet.
You already know. We want to thank you guys for all the feedback and support that you guys have been giving us so far. It's been so overwhelming and beautiful, and thank you guys so much.
I also want to shout out Go Girls 954. Let them know that Sanaya sent you.
Hey, I want some girls.
I'll
be a BA.
Let them know that Sanaya sent you.
Okay.
All right, so today we're going to touch on a different topic. Today's topic is going to be along the lines of trusting your intuition and relationship advice and learning how to move forward from relationships that are not for you or relationships that no longer serve you in your life.
Period.
And I feel like we could touch a lot of people on this, so I'm hoping this gets to the right people. I'm not here to bash nobody on whatever happened. I'm just here to speak through my experiences. That's the whole point of a podcast, to speak about my experiences and to help other people. And that's really that.
We all have experiences one way or another with people that just
Betrayal.
betray you or just don't serve you or just lie.
Yeah.
And just are not truthful. So
we'll get into that.
Navigating through that, it's hard, but you gotta move away from those people.
For those who don't know and those who are not into astrology, the solar eclipse just passed, and solar eclipse is one of those moon phases that brings out truth. It brings out the darkness to the light. Literally everything that's hiding in the dark will come to light during the solar eclipse, and that's literally what happened in my personal experience. And I don't know if you guys realize all this stuff with P. Diddy and all these celebrities that's coming out. Did he do it? Did he not?
Did he do it? A lot going on.
All of this stuff is coming up. It's also because of the solar eclipse. Not only the solar eclipse going on, there's also Mercury retrograde, and I feel like Mercury retrograde has been happening for so long.
Right? Is it? I feel like it's always type of retrograde.
Yeah, there's always some kind of retrograde. But Mercury retrograde, what that does is it brings back past people and past situations and allows you to take time to reflect on those situations. And it's really just God testing you to see if you're really ready to move forward to the next chapter in your life, because God's going to bring back past situations and past people to see if you really moved on from those things. That's really what I'm going through right now. So I'm hoping this subject really does touch some people.
And when all these things happen and you're just why am I being tested like this? Just know it's it's beyond you. It's the Mercury retrograde and all that. It's beyond you. So you just got to keep that in mind and don't let it bring you down.
But yeah, so I want to touch on first trusting your intuition. That's something that I really want to touch on, because one thing that I'm learning about myself and what I've learned from my past relationships is that I have a very strong intuition, and there's people in my life that has caused me to doubt my intuition. And one thing that God has blessed me with is the gift of discernment. So I literally have the gift of feeling energy, feeling when energy is off. I see things in my dreams, and people don't believe me when I say this, but it's really just how I am.
I believe you. I believe you.
And honestly, I feel I could have avoided a lot of situations if I just trusted my intuition, but I said, there was just no solid proof for me to move on in a situation. So it's I kept things going. But I want to talk about this certain time that I didn't trust my intuition, because I'm
situation.
hoping, this certain situation that I didn't trust my intuition. And I'm just gonna like I said, I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm literally here to speak my story.
This is her truth.
This is my experience. This is my truth. Yeah, so long story short, I was talking to somebody. I'm going to just say Apple, right? I'm talking to Apple or whatever. And
Apple, asshole, same shit.
So I was talking to Apple, and this was during spring break. Something felt off prior to spring break. Prior to spring break, the energy has been off, but this person told me that they were going through things, so, I took it upon myself to just pray for the person and pray for the situation, and just in hopes that whatever that person was going through would just, be better so that we could be better. But long story short, that person was just messing with a past person. And I remember there was a certain day throughout that week that was very significant for me. It was a Wednesday, and I literally remember this very clearly. I was feeling so off this Wednesday. My spirit would not allow me to be at peace. I was crying for no reason. I didn't know why I was crying, so I kept praying to God, asking God, what are you trying to show me? Is someone about to die in my family? What is going on?
Oh no, I hate that feeling.
Yeah, so I was literally sitting there, and one thing about me is I journal. So now I look back at my journal, I'm damn.
I gotta get on that journaling shit.
And that's why it's good.
You can go back and
so you can
see.
Look, exactly, and then you can learn for your next experiences. If I feel this way again, then I know that this is going on. But yeah, so I sat there, I journaled, I prayed to God. I'm God, what is going on? I felt throwing up, and I wasn't even sick around the time.
No.
It was literally just this is all the emotions that I'm feeling in myself. So that's how I felt. And I took the time to just be on my own and just be alone I literally put my phone's always on do not disturb, but I literally like pushed my phone away. I was literally just praying, God, all that stuff. That day that I was feeling like that is that same day that that person was messing with the past person. But it's just like, that's how strong energy is,
Right.
to the point that like I could feel when things like that are happening to me.
Literally felt
And I
that.
think what makes the whole situation worse is like the gaslighting about the situation. Like even after
Yeah.
being like caught, the lying, you know, after.
The like diminishing it, like Apple. I witnessed Sanaya like really here like questioning herself. Like she's like, I don't know. Like I just like feel like something's off. Like I don't know if it's my past like triggering me. And I'm like I never see Sanaya like this. Like I never see her like questioning herself. And she really was. And like now that we see everything in the light, it's like wow, it really was her intuition trying to wake her
Yeah.
up. And so it was crazy.
I'm more trying to forgive myself because it's just like I really let that shit slide. Like you really let that shit slide, Sanaya. Like so it's like I'm
It's not your fault though.
yeah, it isn't my fault, but it's like I'm going through the process of like forgiving myself for letting certain situations like get that like really get to me, because it's just like that. But that's something that was like I was blindsided, you know what I'm saying? In this case, I was completely blindsided because I really thought this person was a genuine person, but it turns out that they weren't. And I feel like it would be so much easier to move forward from the situation if that person was able to hold herself accountable. So I want to be able to help people. It's just like, you're not always going to get closure. You know what I'm saying? In situations and breakups, whatever it is, you're not always going to get closure. And sometimes no closure is closure. Like sometimes that's all you need to move on. Like them showing their true colors and them showing what they did to you. And then like that one video where it's like, if a snake bites you, are you going to go chase the snake and ask the snake why it bit you?
Nah.
No, you're not.
You're gonna
get
get away.
Yeah, you're gonna get away. You're probably gonna try to go heal yourself, try to fix the cut, whatever. And it's like same thing in life. Like if someone stabs you in the back, it's like, are you? Even though I have those questions, like why? Because it's like I know I don't have the heart to do that to someone else. And it's like I have like the
Yeah.
why,
What was
like,
real?
what was real, what was fake. But it's giving the whole thing was fake, because if you could even like move the way that you moved, like it's giving that.
Mind-boggling. Like why even waste your energy to even do all that? Like I don't get it, guys.
I don't.
Why
get it.
waste your energy to hurt somebody like that? But then you're
Yeah.
over here preaching like, you know, like the word, and that you're like a good person, and you're here like, but then you're doing
not-
the sneaky stuff behind the back.
Yeah, like
It's like
you're not.
pick
who
a
y-
side.
It's just like I feel like not a lot of people are just who they portray to be. And like, yes, I don't go to church every single Sunday, but one thing about me, like I'm close to God, and I still pray to God, and I still journal, and I still talk to God. I'm very, very close to God. So God will speak to me in different ways. And that day, like when I found out, God literally woke me up at 5 a.m. and said, Sanaya, do this, do that. Like God will talk to you. God will talk to you. Like I don't want to get too much into details, but
So you woke up and you just like felt like,
yes, I literally woke up at 5 a.m. and I was like, something is off. No.
oh my god.
No. And it's the fact that like if I didn't find out, it would have kept going on. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
why like
scary.
and that's why like in a way I'm grateful, because God, like rejection is redirection and rejection is protection. God saw things that you didn't see. God heard conversations that you didn't hear. And he was
heard.
like, that person is not for you. Like I'm not going to let
So
my
you had
child
to
go
show the
outside
real
like that.
colors,
Yeah.
even though like it hurts you, but you needed to see it.
Yeah.
And that's
Otherwise I would have
happened
been
the same
running
thing to
with
me
it.
too.
So how do you feel like you moved on from like betrayal in your life?
Honestly, I feel like you need to like, of course, face the problem. But me, I like to keep myself busy, so I would like go to work or like hanging out with my friends a lot, trying to rekindle those relationships, especially since I kind of gave so much of myself to that relationship. I really needed to find myself and rekindle relationships with my friends and everything. And I found like that really helped me, and just tapping into my creative side and doing all that like with this podcast has really helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, like a lot,
Definitely.
keeping me busy and keeping me creative, and just try to keep yourself busy, and also lock in, like don't just keep yourself busy and forget about it and throw it in the back of your mind, because it's gonna come
Right
come
back
back
to you.
eventually.
I feel like my way of like moving forward, one thing, like I'm gonna heal, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do the work I need to do to move on from it. I'm not someone that's just gonna like try to act like nothing hurt me. Like if that hurt me, it hurt me, and that's just that. But I feel like guys, they hurt later. Like in the beginning, they try to act all tough, like nothing bothers
They
them.
want to post on social media acting like everything's all cool.
Yeah. And then like I feel like with guys, like I said, like in the beginning, they act like everything's okay, and then like towards the end, or like later on they start feeling it more when they
Oh,
realize
yeah.
like, oh, this shit is really done.
No, that's the truth. Like,
Or when they really take time to sit with themselves. Like I said, it's accountability. Like, I can't look at you as a man if you can't hold yourself accountable. And if anything, now I respect people in my past and my past relationships more because, yeah, they did what they did, but at the end of the day, they held themselves accountable for what they did. And they apologized for what they did. And that's something that I can respect. Like, I respect a guy who could sit there. Like, if you could do something so boldly, you should be able to stand on it so boldly. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to take accountability. Like, to sit there and act like you didn't do nothing and, like, play victim, that is...
He never apologized?
No.
No?
I mean, I blocked him.
There was no, like, damn, like, you know, I'm sorry. Like, it had to be like that. Or, like, nothing?
No, I blocked him. Like, the last... I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about this exact situation. Like, I'm just really trying to help the people that are going through the same
generally.
thing. But generally speaking, no. But, no, that person just, like, the last thing that person said was, like, oh, if you really think I'm hiding something from you, you know, my number, da-da-da. The whole time they were hiding something. Like, it was just,
that blows me. Like, at least, like, damn, like, it'll make me feel a little better if you're like, you know what, I'm sorry. Like, you know, like, I'm sorry I hurt you. Like, apologize, like, or show a little bit, like, of
remorse.
But, like, showing no remorse and just being like,
and that's what makes it easier to move on because it's like I said, like, bro, it's just people. It's the snakes shedding their skin. Like, at the end of the day, as much as it hurts and you have those questions like why when you're going through like breakups and stuff, it's like
you can't ask the snake why he bit you.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah, it's really just like I said. One thing that I've learned from my past relationships is to trust my intuition and continue trusting God because there was so many moments of time where I really could have just ended it, but I had no, like, you know, I felt like I didn't really have a reason because there was nothing in front of me to show me that, like, whatever I was acting on was true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also they were, like, kind of like, you know, everything's fine. Like, we're good. Like, you're tripping. So how can you really, like, your intuition's telling you one thing, and then this other person's like, no, we're good. Like, you're tripping, like, like, diminishing you, and you're just like, I don't know what to believe. It drives you crazy.
Yeah, it drives you crazy. And if anything, like, I sleep so much better now. Like,
I can imagine, girl.
Not having to worry. Like, just imagine taking your time out of your night every single night to pray about someone and pray about their situation just for them to do you the way that they do you. Like, and now it's like, now I don't have to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, God sees things that you didn't see. So, like, God saw me being genuine, saw me moving real, and then saw the other person doing whatever that they were doing. And God was just like, no, this is not going to work. Like, I'm not going to let my child go outside like that. So I'm going to end this now before you drag it on and you get even closer to this person and it just hurts you even more.
Right. It's springtime. It's time for new rebirth and all of
literally,
that.
I literally feel like a new person. It's literally rebirth. Like,
yeah.
Spring is about rebirth. It's about, like, the whole Easter thing. Like, it's about rebirth. Stepping into that new timeline, stepping into that new version of yourself. Yes.
Things are defrosting, you know, and now it's going to be summer. And guess what?
And yeah, and for my ladies, like, don't be the dumb girl that goes back all the time. Like, if anything, I feel like when you go back to a guy that does you wrong, like, they're just gonna value you less and less and less each time because they're gonna know, like, this girl,
she came back.
Yeah,
so
she gonna come back every time. I could lie to her, I could do this, I could dog her out, and she gonna come back every single time. And you cannot build a healthy, godly relationship off of lies, off of cheating, off of gaslighting. Like, you cannot build a healthy and happy relationship off of that. And that's why I could also sleep at night because it's like, no matter what this person is doing with whoever else, I know it's not real. Like, that's not genuine. Like, why? I'm not missing out on anything. If anything, it's not an L to me. It's a W in my eyes because
it really is.
Whatever God takes away from you, he's going to give back to you tenfold. And you just got to have that kind of mindset when it comes to breakups, when it comes to moving on from someone. It's so easy to self-sabotage when you're going through whatever you're going through. Only thing I could do is pray.
How?
When people do things to you, it has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them.
Yeah, like
so
projection.
Exactly, it's projection. So you can't sit there and self-sabotage yourself and be like, damn, am I not worth it? Or like, am I this?
Did I not do enough? Like,
yeah, the other
I've
person
definitely done that before. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a normal thing.
What I did.
We're humans. Because that's the first thing I did. I was like, what did I do to, you know, like, I'm not trying to have a victim mindset. Because one thing about Sanaya, I am someone who sees from both perspectives. I'm a very open-minded person. Yeah. And when it comes to situations, I like to introspect and I like to look from both perspectives. Like, but in this case, personally, like, I can't really look from both perspectives because
there's no excuse. There's no.
Yeah, it's just me personally that I just can't look from both perspectives. Like, I try to look from the other perspective, but it's like that's something that I would never do. So it's just never gonna make sense to me because it's just like, I would just never do it. Like, that's just not how I move. I don't move shiesty. And I don't care when nobody says that's shiesty.
Because it's just the lies. Like, if you weren't happy or if you felt like you needed to go somewhere else and like talk
That's
to
what I'm
somebody
saying.
else,
Like, and if
then
you
be
really know me,
upfront.
like, I'm so real, bro. I'm so real. And it's just like, I respect honesty so much more. That's why I said, like, when it comes to my past people, yeah, I don't talk to them, but it's not bad blood. It's just like, me and you just don't work out anymore.
You already know, like, from my situation, lies to my face, but then also, like, people can't really face their lies either. They can do all this,
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
but they
you
can't
should
face it.
That's what I'm saying. You should
And
be
when
able
it's
to
in their
stand
face,
on what you did
no.
so boldly. That's
No.
one thing. Like, and that's how I respect
won't.
someone, because it's like, me, you ask me if I did something, yes, I did it. No, I didn't. Like, I'm
Ooh.
always gonna be an honest person, because
She stand
at
on
the end
business.
at the end of the day, bro, like, it's life, you know what I'm saying? And people make mistakes, so you know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna stand on what I did, and I'm always gonna be truthful about what I did. Like, if I do something, yeah, I did it.
If you was
And-
going so hard to be so sneaky, like, at least, like, own up to it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what, I did it.
Yeah.
But nah.
That is the word of the day is sick.
Sick.
And I'm, like I said,
Sick.
I'm trying to look from both perspectives, but in this certain scenario that I just experienced, I can't look from both perspectives. But
Mhm.
whatever you're going through personally, maybe you can, like, you know, understand that other
Mhm.
person's perspective and, like,
Yeah,
come
I
to a
definitely
common
try.
ground.
I definitely try to look from both perspectives as for my situation, and it's like, damn, like, I don't know, like, what to do. Like, at the end of the day, you can try to look from their perspective, but it still happened.
Mm-hmm.
They still did what they did, and there was always a different option, and there's always a different way. So the fact that they decided to make that decision of betrayal, there's just no going back. You could try to understand it, but it's been done.
When it comes to moving forward, like, how do you go about moving forward? Like, are you someone, and, like, be honest, are you someone to block?
on.
Are you someone to continue following? Like, how do
Um,
you move on when it comes to something like that?
Okay. So, yeah, I blog on social media, but the type of person that I am, like, I don't want you to, like, I don't want to see them hurt. Like, I don't want to see them throw, because, like, as for my situation, like, the person that I was with was always, like, going through something, and I don't want them to continue, like, going through something. So I kind of left the door a little open, like, if, like,
Push comes to shove and you really, really need
like
me,
you're really because, like, I'm a big part of their life, like, them
Mhm.
being okay and them staying afloat, kind of. So I kind of leave that door a little open because I still care.
Mhm.
What they did, I still care about them, and I still don't want them to be completely, like, done and, like, on the streets, and, like, so
Yeah, that's real.
I still leave room for just.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But
not
I
like,
can't save you at the same time. I can't save you,
Yeah.
but it's just like, I don't know.
at the end of the day, I let go and I let God. I'm never wishing bad on anybody.
Oh, you're wondering why you're going through all this shit because you're being a bad person.
Yeah.
That's
why-
why.
Like, me, that's why I live,
Gotta try to be a
like,
good person.
if you want to live a peaceful life, just, like, be honest and be genuine. And at the end of the day, you're always going to be good because God is always going to support you if you're just a genuine and honest person. Like, but when it comes to me moving on, I'm someone that has to block. It's, like, more of the fact that I feel like after a breakup, people automatically think you're doing something for someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if I'm posting, if I'm going out, oh, she's trying to do this.
To me, yeah,
and it's
no,
like,
it's not.
Anything I do is not for you. So that's why
Yeah.
I do the blocking, because it's like, I don't even
Yeah.
want you seeing me doing good or seeing me doing bad. Whatever it is, I don't want you even, like,
yeah,
think
you don't
of
even
me.
deserve to see
Yeah,
it.
like, think of me as a ghost. If we stop talking, I don't want you talking about me. I don't want you, like, none of that. Think of me as a ghost. Like, I was never even in your life. Like, just
just
take me
exit
out of that reality. Take me out of that
Oh.
reality, because
Sanaya
that's
be
just-
saying it on business, y'all. Y'all need to listen to Sanaya.
and
Listen, I'm more.
wasn't
Sanaya's like
always
the
like
path, and I'm like the reality, like, like the expectations, like, yeah, you know. But I'm like the reality, like, low-key, like.
But I be saying on business, but, like, I would hear someone out. But I'm like I said, it's just never gonna be the same.
It's
Like, once
never.
you cross a certain line and a certain boundary, it's never gonna be the same. Because, like I said, now I can't even look at that person and see them for how I saw them before. Like, that
Mhm.
pedestal that I put them on, they're no longer
Oh,
on
yeah.
that pedestal anymore. It's like, now I look at you in a whole different light, because everything that you were
Mhm.
telling me was a lie. So now I look
Yeah.
at you as a fraud, like a lie.
Yes.
I can't say that I'm not gonna take an apology, because I don't know. Like, I don't know until it happens, or if it were to even ever happen. I don't think apology would ever happen. But you just never know. There's a lot of situations like with my exes where it's like I felt like I was never gonna talk to them ever again, and it's like we did talk again, but it's just
Mhm.
never gonna be on that level again.
Yeah, it's never gonna be that same connection. It's never gonna be the same, but
like
like
you
I
only
said.
get a version of me one time. You feel me? Like, you only get that version of me one time. And as loving and as genuine as I could be the complete opposite. Like,
you gotta set some boundaries.
Boundaries is a big thing. And, like, like, you girls be normalizing this cheating stuff so much, and y'all keep going back to guys who cheat on you, and that's why they keep doing it. And they're never going to learn if we continue to stop standing on business and continue allowing people in our lives that are not meant to be in our lives. Like, y'all just let these trauma bonds get to you. Y'all let this, like, comfortability, like, being comfortable is not good all the time. You're never going to grow when you're comfortable. Like, right now, do you think I'm comfortable? No. This is uncomfortable for me. This is very uncomfortable for me, but I'm not going to grow if
staying in that
in the same comfortable situation. Like, I'm never going to grow if I stay in the comfortable situation. So, yeah, that's what I got to say on that.
Don't get too comfortable, y'all.
Bitch, don't get too comfortable.
Don't get too comfortable.
Ever.
Yeah. What were some, like, red flags that, like, kind of sparked your intuition to be like, something's off?
So, some red flags for me. Personally, if I'm talking to someone, if I'm dating someone, if I'm going through something, that's not going to push me away from that person. Because if anything, you're my person, so I should be able to talk to you about what I'm going through, and
go them support you, or you support them while they're going through something.
Yeah, because I'm a real bitch, so that's what I'm going to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
But, like, the red flags is just, like, if someone is constantly texting you all the time, they're FaceTiming you, they're doing all these things, all the right things, and suddenly, like, the energy just shifts and they just start talking to you less because they're going through something, that to me is a red flag. Because, like I said, I've been in relationships before, and I've been with people who are going through things, and they use me as an outlet. So to sit there and, like, pull back your energy, I feel like that's a red flag. Like, usually, if most of the time, like, if we're being completely honest and completely real, when a guy pulls back his energy, he's giving his energy to somebody else. And as much as that hurts, it's the honest truth. Right. Like, if they're pulling back their energy is going to somebody else.
Especially when they're going, like, so hard, like, yeah, they're FaceTiming all the time, and you see them like every day, and it's like, and then it just dials down.
Like I said, I feel energy. So from the first little inch of weirdness, like, I should have just cut that shit off. But like I said, I'm someone who, like, I need to see this shit right in front of my face. Because like I said, I was battling the thought of, is this my past trauma?
Yeah,
or is
you
this
really were.
What's really going on right now? Like, I didn't want to believe it. And if anything, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the worst situations I've been through. Because I've been through things, but like, the stuff that I went through with my past people, it was after we broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't during the whole talking stage. Like, I've never been through nothing like this. And that's the thing, like, it's you never know how you're gonna react to something because you've never been through it. So it's like, everyone goes through things and everyone copes differently. And personally, my way of coping is helping other people. Like, that's my way of coping.
Yeah.
Because I know other people have gone through the same thing and been betrayed. Like, this is a common thing, and that's why I'm trying to, like, bring it to light. Because
now we have this
cheating
is
so normalized. Betrayal is so normalized. Like, y'all need to learn how to stand on business and keep the right people in your circle. Because,
and also, just people need to stop wasting other people's time. Energy.
And that's the thing. You wasted so much of my time.
And it's like, for what? Because you could have just, if you wanted to go talk to other girls so bad, you could have just been with her the whole time.
And that's what I'm saying. And you had so many times where you could have just, like, been real and been straight up and just been like, yeah, this is what's going on. I'm telling you, I respect honesty so much more. I know a lot of girls out here, they say they want honesty, and then when they get honesty, they're like, ah! But it's like, no, I respect that. If you were to sit there and tell me that, I would have respected you so much more than me having to find out on my own.
Yeah, I think it's honestly because your energy is so pure and so different that he didn't even want to, like, he fucked it up, but he didn't want to fuck it up in your face to the point where, like, okay, now, like, you know, and now you're going to leave, because he probably, like, didn't want you to leave. Yeah. But now you're going to leave anyways because you did that sneaky shit.
Yeah.
So they're probably just trying to save himself or just keep having you in his life so he can keep benefiting from you, because he was benefiting from you probably more than you were benefiting from him.
Yeah.
And that's how
that's the thing. And that's why it's also easier for me to move on, because I know I have a lot to offer when it comes to, like, relationships. Like, honestly, like, I know my worth, and I've been through a lot of stuff, and I know my worth. Like, I genuinely know my worth. And like I said, it's never L for me. It's never an L. Like, it's never L.
Never.
I look at this like I said, rejection is redirection. So whatever just happened to me is just, now it's time for me to focus my energy and my time on something else, which is going to be myself. Like, I'm not even, like, and it's like, it's just giving high school. Like, I'm not someone who does get backs. I'm not someone who, like, that's just not me.
You're not going to go try to find a rebound to make you feel better.
Yeah,
or go post on, or keep them on your social media and then go on your social media and be like, hey,
Yeah, that's why
It's
I
all
just,
facade.
like I said, that's why I just do all the blocking stuff. Because, like I
Yeah.
said, I don't want you to think I'm doing anything for you, or no. It's all for me. At the end of the day, it's my world. It's your world. Whoever you are, it's your world. Like, at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your world. And you choose. And like I said, I have to hold myself accountable too, because at the end of the day, I let that person into my life. Like, I'm not about to sit here and play victim. Like, at the end of the day, I let you into my life because I thought
You
it was,
responded. To
yeah,
that
like,
DM.
literally, I could have just ignored that DM, just like how I
Everyone
ignored.
else.
And like, I know other girls go through the same thing where it's like you break up with someone, you're like, damn, like
I didn't
I
even
could have
do
just
that.
ignored that message. I could have just ignored that DM, like, and I would have been fine.
But God did that for a reason.
Yeah, I don't honestly, like, usually I'd be like understanding the lessons, like I'd be like, okay, but in this case I'm like, damn, I really did not need that lesson, but you know what?
Yeah, you did. You did to show you not to question your intuition.
I guess
That's what the lesson was.
I guess, but even
you were really questioning your intuition, and you never do that. That's the thing. Like,
no, because like in my last relationship, I did question my intuition too, and it was the same thing. Like, I found out the same way, like,
yeah, but they're
by
like different
by
fonts.
God waking me up and telling me something. So it's just like I already learned that lesson. So it's like, why do I have to learn it again? But
yeah. Don't ask the snake why he bit you. Life just brings in these situations for whatever reason, and you just got to take it what it is. And look at you, like, you're more enlightened at this point.
I am.
You're
I am more
enlightened.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I feel like now, bro, I'm on a different mode. Like, you're getting cut off instantly. Once I see that one red flag, like, I don't have time to waste time. That's what I'm saying. It's giving high school, because people be like, "Oh, I'm not trying to waste nobody's time." Whole time they're wasting your time. Like, I'm okay with being alone. I've been alone for a while. I'm
It's actually more peaceful.
If anything, I'm an only child. I've literally been alone my whole entire life. I'm okay with being alone. So it's like I said, it is more peaceful, one. And just two, like, you just came into my world and just like disrupted my peace. And like I said, I'm not about to sit here and play victim. I gotta hold myself accountable too, because I let that person in my life. But I don't know.
It's okay, girl. It's all a lesson. And you know what? This little life here of ours, we're not in control. So we just gotta take what we have and the situations and just
take it with like a grain of salt. Like,
yeah, just take it in and just be like, okay. And then now you know from the don't fuck with that person no more, or you know what to look out for, because.
And like how you said in episode 2, we could have left on a note where it's just like, okay, take care, But it's like, right, now I'm like a little bit disgusted by you in a way, like, and I say that in the nicest way, but like,
no, disgusted.
But it's like now I'm disgusted because it's like I said, accountability. That's something that I respect. I respect someone that could sit there and be like, yeah, I did this, like. But to sit there and still lie and still gaslight and still like maneuver the situation, like, I'm not gonna respect you as a person.
And right now you're disgusted and you're like so bamboozled, but over time, like, it'll be such a small thing,
and that's another reason why I thank God.
Be gone. And like,
exactly. And that's another reason why I thank God, because like I said, it could have been worse, to the point where it's like I built a deeper connection with all the people in my past. It's like we were together every day, we were hanging out, we were actually like in each other's presence every single day. So it's like moving forward from that was harder, because it's like it was like a routine almost, where it was just like I'm so used to this person and we built a deep connection, so it's hard to move on. But in this case, I felt like we didn't even get to that point yet, where it's like we built a super deep connection.
And you wanted to, but it wasn't meant to happen.
And obviously it wasn't a connection at all, because all in all, we respect honesty. We respect honesty. Like, everything could have been different, but it's not. Like, it is what it is.
Like trying to quote unquote protect someone's feelings, but you're just making it worse. Like, it's just the truth is gonna come out either way. So just be upfront and tell the truth. Like, it just doesn't make sense to just full on lie and like be like and undermine you and just make it seem like what you're saying is invalid. Even though there's proof. Even though there's proof, they're still gonna be like, well, guess and they're gonna try to like victimize. Guess I'm a bad person or whatever. But it's just like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, and I don't even want to say that, because it's like I don't believe, like, I just feel like you might have just had a devil on your shoulder, or like the wrong person in your ear. Like, like I said, I'm someone who like tries to see from both perspectives. So it's like I'm trying to see you as like still a good person.
Yeah, it might not be fully a bad person, but you definitely made a bad decision, and now you're not gonna be in their life.
Yeah. And who knows, like, that person, and here's another thing too, like, what makes everything that's like so sick, and this is like just in general when it comes to like breakups, the girl is usually the one that hurts more, and then the guy is the one that's just like walking around acting like nothing happened, acting like everything's okay. Like at
not
the end of the
healed
day,
and then does it to the next person
that's true too.
because they're not. But then they want to be like, oh, you need to heal, but they're not healing themselves, and they go around to the next person and then the next person and then the next person.
And touching back on red flags, projection. People will project. Like you gotta really listen to what people say. Like the little comments that they make, you gotta pay attention because most of the time they're just projecting. Like literally, they're just
Yikes.
projecting. Like I'm just looking back on little comments that were made, and it's just like you were just projecting. That was you the whole time. Like everything that you thought I was doing, or like trying to make it seem like I was doing, I needed to heal. Whole time, the other person needed to heal because you're the only person that's attached
so
to a past
weird.
person. Me personally, like I'm like 2024, bro. I'm really about growth and like. I'm really about growth. Like that's all I could really say. Like I'm really out here just trying to grow, and there's gonna be good days, there's gonna be bad days, and I've had bad days. But there's no rain, no flowers. So it's like you need them rainy days so you could bloom and just be the best version of yourself. And that's all I'm aiming for right now is becoming the best version of myself and just attracting the right people. And on a good note, I just want to end up on a good note. Like just I'm grateful for the people that I do currently have in my life. Like, I'm grateful for my friends who check up on me. I'm grateful for my friends who just, like, make sure I'm good. I make sure that they're good. Like, I'm grateful for the honest people in my life. I'm grateful for my mom because my mom is just always going to keep it real with me. Always.
Reach.
She's always going to keep it real with me. She's always going to be in my corner, and I appreciate that. Even my stepdad that's always, like, making sure I'm good as well. Like, you just really got to, like,
Yeah,
yes,
don't
there's a
dwell
lot of
on that one
yeah,
person
you can't
that did
just
you
do
bad when you have all these people in your life that
Yeah.
care about you.
And it's hard.
wouldn't do
Like
you
I said, it's
bad.
hard not to.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, I'm still going to have those thoughts.
Mhm.
And that's just with anything when it comes to a breakup. You're going to have those thoughts. But time does heal. And I
Mhm.
do believe in time that everything will be just fine. Because they say in the end, everything will be okay.
Yeah.
And we're obviously not at the end yet. So,
That's why I say also spend time with the people. When you're going through things like this, spend time with the people that do show you love and that do genuinely care about you because that's
Yeah.
important and that makes you feel good and you care about them too. So that's also very helpful, like with the healing as well.
all in all, be honest. And when it comes, ladies, when it comes to y'all moving on, do what you need to do to release yourself from those shackles. You know what I'm saying?
And do it for you.
Yeah, and don't be a dumb girl. Don't, because like I said, they're gonna value you less and less. And like I know sometimes, like when you see like someone that you really really love like moving
Yeah.
on, it might hurt, but at the end of the day,
Let them
move on, let them do them. Like God sees things that you didn't see, and obviously He didn't want someone like that in your life. Like, so for my girls going through a breakup, I really hope I touched you today, and I really hope you use these tools to move forward and like do better for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you have yourself.
Yeah,
like
it's you.
It's you versus you.
It's you at the end of the day, not the other person.
Yeah.
So just let this be, like, if you're going through something like that, if you're going through a failed relationship or some betrayal, just take it as it is and just use it for growth for yourself. And just, know that people are phases and people are chapters. So this was a chapter in your life. It might have been hard, like the ending was crappy, but the next chapter, it's going to be so adventurous and it's going to be so great and it's going to be about you. And that's all that really matters.
I know when you're going through it, it's hard to think, can this get better? Can I have better? But just like I said in the beginning, because like one thing I have learned from my past relationships is like it does get better, and there will be people in your life that come in your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just accepting that, moving forward.
Accept that chapter has
If you need to cry. If you need to journal, journal. If you need to pray. Do what you gotta do. Stand on business, because if they cared, they wouldn't have done that in the first place. They wouldn't have had the heart to do that in the first place. So yeah, like just do you, girl.
Yeah.
Do you.
Yep. We love you guys.
We love you guys. And I really hope I touched some people today. And we want to thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Planet 13. We have way more topics coming, way more advice, way more guests. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know what you guys want to hear us talk about next, all right?
Yes, and we'll see you next time on Planet 13.
We are out.
Bye, guys.